So, something I like to do is take a look at sort of outside of the monster taming niche and see what the broader public thinks about various monster taming games. This is why I have been covering monster taming articles lately. We've done two that basically just call everything from Beyblade to literally owning a pet a Pokemon clone. Then we saw one that was actually a pretty good article. And now we're looking at an article called 5 Reasons Coromon is More Than Just Another Pokemon Clone. Now, from the title, I don't know if they're insinuating that Coromon is a Pokemon clone, but it's just, it's more than just the others, or if it's saying it's not just a Pokemon clone. Either way, I haven't read this article yet. My goal here is to kind of read it with you guys, give my reactions and thoughts, and then we'll sort of talk a little bit. But if you don't know anything about Coromon by now, I'll have a playlist linked in the description, or I'll probably just have a video card on screen for it. Like, I've done a ton of Coromon videos. Coromon's one of, if not my most anticipated game for 2022. So it's a good time. But anyway, we're going to talk about these 5 reasons. We're going to see what Ethan Anderson has to say about the game. This was published more recently on August 30th, 2021. So it's not extremely outdated like some of the articles that we have read. Anyways, let's see what they got to say. So Coromon is a monster tamer. See, they're using the tag. I was talking about this earlier, that a lot of outside sources are actually starting to use the monster taming, like the term monster tamer. So we see it here. They also use creature collector, but hey, one stride for monster taming. Anyway, Coromon is a monster tamer creature collector RPG by Tragsoft that puts its own twist on a classic formula. From the GBA era of games, most people will make Pokemon comparisons right away, but Coromon offers enough content in terms of gameplay, story, and game-changing features to make sure that those comparisons are positive ones. And yes, I do want to say, you can compare Coromon to Pokemon. It's definitely, without a doubt, a Pokemon-like game. There's no doubt about that. But it's important not to write it off as nothing more than a ripoff, because Coromon has a lot of its own mechanics that make it unique from Pokemon, despite its obvious inspiration. Anyway, Tragsoft did name Nintendo's popular RPG as a main influence, yet their game still manages to stand out on its own way. Here are 5 reasons that fans of Pokemon should be keeping their eye on Coromon. Number 1 is modernized pixel art. One of the first things that any fan of the GBA era of Pokemon games will notice is the pixel art that Coromon uses. It capitalizes on that nostalgic feeling while modernizing the look in ways that its influence could not, thanks to the technology of today. The creatures in the game move and animate in ways that they wouldn't be able to do on the GBA. Some Coromon have many moving parts, blah, blah, blah. It's awesome. Okay, so I will say the Coromon art style reminds me of like Pokemon Black and White, but like, in my opinion, better. Like I think the sprites are a lot cleaner. I think that like Coromon or even Nexomon, like those games, would be a great sort of look on what Pokemon would look like if it continued in its sort of pixel art 2D format instead of going 3D. And I mean, I honestly, I think I would have preferred if Pokemon kind of stayed in this sort of formula. I really like pixel art, so I mean, Coromon just looks amazing, so you can't really beat it. The environments and backgrounds also benefit greatly from the modern development options it shows. There's more detail in objects. Yeah, there's definitely, like it's definitely good. They're also talking about tons of customization. So yes, Coromon has player customization. You can change their outfits. You can choose from different skin colors, hairstyles, all that stuff. Honestly, Coromon has more character customization than a modern Pokemon game, which is kind of interesting considering it's a pixel art game. The potential system. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. Character customization, we don't really have to read through. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I want to see what they have to say about the potential system. The customization in Coromon goes beyond changing up your character, though. Your creature companions can also be personalized in meaningful ways when it comes to their stats, thanks to the potential system. Each Coromon has a potential meter that fills alongside its standard EXP meter. When the potential fills up through battle, you'll be able to manually add points into the Coromon's HP, SP, speed, attack, defense, special attack, or special defense. This feature provides the freedom to create tanks, glass cannons, or balanced threats as you progress. It gets even deeper. Coromon have potential scores that go up to 21. as well as standard, potent, and perfect forms. Coromon with higher potential scores and ranks can earn more points to put into their stats. I'll leave a link in the description to 2 videos I did. One explaining why Coromon has the best shiny system in monster taming, and the second is a video about the potential system if you want to learn more about it. This person actually did a pretty good job explaining it. All of these options for Coromon personalization will come in handy when you face off against other players online to see whose team builds work best. Now, this was, yeah, I guess at this point the trailer was already out. Never mind. I was going to say, I think this was before, but it wasn't. Built-in Nuzlocke difficulty. So if you don't know, Coromon has like a custom mode. Basically, you can add randomization, permadeath, stuff like that. But let's read what they have to say. Coromon contains 4 different difficulty levels, and most have their own little twists or adjustments to the gameplay formula. You can choose easy, normal, hard, or insane when you start out. Easy mode fully heals Coromon when they level up, on top of allowing them to be revived with any healing item as expected. Normal doesn't change a thing. The most interesting are hard and insane, as they add tricky rules for those looking for more of a challenge. Hard mode removes the option to run away from random battles and releases Coromon that faint, which is actually a bit tougher than the standard Nuzlocke rules. Insane takes us a step further by only allowing you to catch 1 Coromon in each route, unless it has perfect potential. If it does, you can attempt to catch it no matter what. Difficulty settings are also are always welcome in these games, as it feels like Pokemon fans have been asking for options like these for years. That's another thing. Okay, if this is something that Pokemon fans have really wanted, why is it that only indie developers are actually doing this? Like, I've always wanted to try like one of those randomizers, like you see people playing randomizers for like Gen 7 and 8, but it's like, I don't have a modded console. So, and then like let's be real, 3DS emulation sucks. So I don't have modern consoles that are modded to be able to do stuff like this. But games like Coromon and Nexomon give me that opportunity to actually do stuff like this. And honestly, like, these 2 games are setting the standard for the genre. Like, it's good. It's definitely good. Like more games should pick this up. I know it's not easy to implement, but it's super rewarding. And then they got big story focus. Now I'm curious as to what they're going to say about the story. If you're looking for a story to shake up the regular creature catching / gym catching formula found in most Pokemon games, Coromon has you covered in that front too. Instead of assuming the role of a child made to fend for themselves in the wild, Coromon puts you in control of a battle researcher who works for a futuristic company called Luxalis. You'll join the special task force for the company with the goal of finding and challenging 6 powerful creatures known as Titans as you research Titan essences. Creature collecting is still a part of the journey, but there's also a number of NPCs to meet and provide little side quests and in-game mission tracker to help you keep track of them all. If you're interested in trying out Coromon, here's the Steam page. It's coming out in Q1 2022. So that's pretty much it for the article. I do want to mention something. The Pokemon formula for their storytelling. Now, not every game does it well, but I actually like it. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, it's just 8 gyms," and I actually think it's nice. Could Pokemon use more side quests? Absolutely, but I do think a lot of people dog a little too much on the 8 gyms is boring type thing, because yeah, 8 gyms is boring if all you're doing is going gym. But if you have the gyms and then you have stuff going on in between the gyms and you have build up and stuff like that, that's where you get really good story. And I don't have a problem with that. That said, the Coromon story is very interesting as well. And instead of gyms, they have Titans, right? So it's not, and the Titans kind of act like their areas act like these labyrinths. So you have basically like 6 dungeons with the Titans on top, and then you have story sprinkled in between. Same kind of idea. Coromon, I think, is going to be a lot more deep with the story. We've already seen that, and the story, more NPC dialogue is actually like I'm not trying to bash Pokemon, but like a lot of NPC dialogue, especially in more recent games, is just like, yeah, man, Pokemon are great. Like nothing useful, nothing funny, there's nothing. It doesn't add anything to the world. Whereas like I think Nexomon does a really good job of just having like funny ass dialogue. Coromon too, like you have some NPCs that'll say some funny stuff, or they might be useful or whatever. So I definitely appreciate that as well. But yeah, not a bad article at all. I do wish we could drop the term Pokemon clone, but you know, the article is pretty good. It did a pretty good job of talking about The potential system especially, like I wasn't expecting them to do this good of a job with it. It's a basic explanation, but it does a job really well. They managed to explain the built-in Nuzlocke difficulties pretty well, and yeah, customization. Like yeah, they did a pretty good job. So I gotta say, I want to know though, what is your main thing that has you drawn specifically to Coromon? Now everybody has different opinions on what makes a good monster taming game, what makes a good Pokemon game, what makes a good Pokemon light game, etc. But what is it specifically that you are looking forward to about Coromon? Why has Coromon drawn itself to you? Like what is it about Coromon over other games that make you so excited? Because we got a lot of Coromon fans on the channel, and for me, Coromon, like first of all, the art style I think is amazing, but it goes deeper than that. I love the potential system. I love the character customization. Like there's not a lot of stuff I don't like about Coromon. Like I love the fact that the Titans have their own labyrinths, even if the color dungeon is evil. But yeah, I love that they added the Nuzlocke mode. Like there's just so much that's going into the game that makes it feel like it's such high quality. And the thing is, like, they've been working on this game for years and years and years, and it shows. Like, it shows that they've been working on it for years. Like, this looks like a really polished game, and if you've played the demo, you know it's very polished. Off the top of my head, I can't even think of any glitches I've run into. So I mean, I could be wrong. I have a demo playlist. Like, I'm sure if you guys watch that, maybe you'll find something, but I don't recall running into any. So the game's the game's just super good. So anyway, let me know what you guys are excited for with regards to the game. Let me know what kind of Coromon videos you'd like to see me do in the future. And if you do want to stay up to date on Coromon news, and in the future when the game does come out, I'll do tons of guides and breakdowns and stuff like that. But if you do want to stay up to date on all that, or just some monster taming genre in general, definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel. You could also follow me on Twitter, check out my Discord, and you can also check out my Patreon if you're interested as well. Speaking of Patreon, special thanks to our mythical backers, Steel Case and Jim Hamilton, and the rest of our patrons as well. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.